Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, so today I'm being guided to pull a little connection spread. It's always kind of funny, I'm rolling around on my bouncy ball. Way better than a regular chair, I tell ya. Okay, so today I'm being called to just pull a connection spread for the twins and see how divine feminine and divine masculine are showing up in the dynamic. What is connecting their energies? What frequencies are each resonating in? And what is the challenge that's being worked on in the energetic realms? So here we go. I'm going with the Beyond Lemuria deck today for this. What is it? Thank you, Divine Creator, for showing us. What do we need to see regarding the dynamic, the energetic dynamic of the twins at this time, and anything 3D oriented that we can know? Oh, changes. It didn't split very precisely. Let's try this again. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so what are we getting for Divine Feminine? Evolution. Beautiful. I will read from the guidebook in a moment. The connection is vulnerability. Ah, lovely. I'll hold them up again when it's time. We are getting two that want to come out for Divine Masculine. Furred and feathered friends. And stepping through. The connective energy, oh, we get two for that as well, is communication, co-creation, and harmonic flight. Oh, it's a twin card, everybody. So this is the energetic teamwork that's going on the ethereal levels. Let's look at vulnerability in the connection space first off. So 56. Real strength, holding space, healing past wounds, accepting yourself as you are, sharing from the depths of your heart, raw truth, compassion for others, and removing your armor. Wow, okay, so twins are really coming into the safety and intimacy. That is one of the two key frequencies that we've been transmuting as a collective on the planet since 2014-ish. In the ascension energies, we're getting safety in intimacy and sacred sexuality. These are the two main twin flame related dynamics that are being transmuted on the planet. And so vulnerability, we're coming into those intimate layers where the masks are dropping. There's a new layer of honoring, loving ourselves for who and where we are, as we are. Okay, Divine Feminines 24, Evolution. And this is the card that says growth. Overcoming challenges, gracefully riding the waves of life, expanding out of a problem, flourishing in the face of change, thriving in new environments, and being unperturbed. Perturbed. Okay, so feminines, whatever you're dealing with in your, let's say, karmic cleanup, you are surfing it. You are expanding out of a problem rather than escaping out of one. You're flourishing. Your abundance is coming in. And you know, those around you are starting to notice how lucky you seem, how everything's falling into place. They're like, how does she do it? How does Divine Feminine do that? They may not think of you as Divine Feminine, but you definitely are looking like you are in the right place at the right time kind of energy. And you're beginning to thrive. You're finding your people. You're finding your new home environments. You're leaving situations that no longer serve. You're loving yourself. You're putting yourself in the place of compatibility. There's a DNA helix in this, and I really feel like you have up-leveled feminines. You are overcoming your challenges. There are a lot of energetic realm level upgrades that you've done, and now your material realm is starting to follow suit, and you're starting to show the world those results. It's being self-evident. Okay, masculines, we get stepping through. Let's get the guidebook. $47. Okay, masculines, follow your heart, dream big, stepping through something that has been holding you back, the threshold, starting new projects, self-belief, it is all possible, the road less traveled, and trust. And I'm just going to quickly look at 27 as well. I just heard some of you are going to hit the road with your dogs. You know, get out into the open country, into the world, go on a trip. Wow. So, furred and feathered friends. Ethical consumption, making difference through our food choices, caring for all beings, animals, environmental awareness, doing the best we can, and animal spirit guides. Wow, interesting. So stepping through, you're really individuating. So for many masculines watching this, you could be going vegan. You could be advocating for a pet, I'm hearing for some. But there are some more conscious decisions that you're starting to make, that because your appreciation for the sentience of all life is coming online, you are truly appreciating everything in a new way. You're stepping away from, I'm hearing the crowd, the bros. For many masculines, you're like realizing that you have always been a leader in your social group, and you're actually innovating some major change in your friend group, in your environment, which is bringing you more into the true leadership. I'm feeling for a lot of masculines, there was a holding back from the twin dynamic for a while, because heaven forbid people would not agree with the motion of freedom that the masculines were needing to step into. But it looks like masculines, you're taking it as a sacred responsibility now. Instead of fearing what others would think, you've accepted the leadership role and you are designing on the fly. And now, instead of feeling like others would condemn you, you have stepped into this freedom that you know you're an influencer, and you're going to show people how it's done. Beautiful, masculines. Okay, so feminines, you've stepped out of your comfort zone. Masculines, you've stepped out of your comfort zone. And I'm very much hearing, now it's even more evident that you are each other's counterpart, because you're increasingly the only two people that are qualified to really understand the motions that each of you have been going through, and you can truly be yourselves, not just energetically, but your life choices are self-evident. You are both aligning in those ways that make up real people doing real things under their own direction, their own realizations, their own manifestations. So twins, you are twinning because you're coming into seeing what is actually compatible energy, the life choices that are being made, not for each other, but simultaneously alongside or coordinated, are becoming self-evident regarding compatibility. And so there doesn't need to be these guards up. Both of you are like-minded. You're doing the things that each one would do in their own right, and it's, yeah, self-organizing. Awesome. Okay, so in the energetic realms, what are we getting? Harmonic flight. This is such a gorgeous card. I think it actually talks about twin flames. So, seeing the divine in the eyes of another, relationships with deep bonds, karmic connection, clearing illusory projections, life-changing connection, transmuting dissonance, removing heart armor, being seen, and teamwork. Beautiful. I'm just trying to decide if I want to go into reading the lengthy guidebook explanation here, but definitely seeing the eyes of the divine in another. So this is an energetic layer of teamwork the twins are doing, which is allowing the vulnerability in the physical is what I'm getting. So whether you are in connection with your twin or not, each of you are recognizing that divine connection, that rare connection. And as you're making these moves out of comfort zone, I'm very much getting that each twin has the other in the sort of, what would my person do? What would that particular individual do in this situation? So each twin has their counterpart on their heart space. And communication, co-creation. 21. Nonverbal communication, love language, telepathy. Yeah, so unique ways of communication, light language, multidimensional information, community coexistence, relationships, meeting our higher selves, really seeing someone, and deeper listening. So seeing the divine in each other and really seeing. These are both cards of really seeing. I'm actually taken with the 3 energies here. So this is still the compare and contrast of the 3rd energy, possibly karmic situations, still being referenced and compared with the divine love connection, and really utilizing all of the information coming to the twins right now about frequency, energy, compatibility, ultimately vulnerability, true connection, authentic connection. There's so much genuine, I see you energetically, I see you for the example you are in the world, for the light you are in the world. We are seeing our divine counterparts as that inspired, lit, glorious being that they are. How beautiful. And both are evolving, leveling up, becoming more pure vessels, I'm hearing as well. Okay, let's get into the masculine reading. Okay, what shall we see? Thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information for the beautiful twins that join me here. What are the masculines, divine masculines, thinking about the connection today? What are they feeling for their feminines on the heart space? What is their wish for the connection at this time? What actions are being taken on any level, directly or inadvertently, in the motion towards union? What is the biggest conscious challenge? I haven't said conscious challenge before. Interesting. What is the spirit-guided solution to that? What direction is the connection going in the near future? And I want to remind that when I say direction, it's going in the near future, I often will feel seed energies for about the next 3 months. Okay, so what are the masculines thinking about the connection? Ooh, strategy. So we get the 7 of Swords, which is self-interest, secrecy, planning. Could be a surprise, but it could also be need to know information. 6 of Pentacles is about reciprocation. So they could be strategizing a way to bring in more of a balance. They could be thinking of something that they can offer. Divine Feminines, if you've typically been the one giving, your Divine Masculine is figuring out how to pay it back, how to pay it forward, how to be more generous, more reciprocal. This can be an inner child healing card, but it's often giving to those less fortunate. It can be a charitable card. So actually, you know, Divine Masculines could have, oh, I just heard named a star after you. You know how you can go online and name a star after someone? I just heard that for someone. How interesting. So divine masculines may have done something, given to charity, or been inspired by your generosity, feminines, and done something like that. What a cool message. They are just realizing, though, on their heart of hearts, secretly, that you are an incredibly abundant and generous being, divine feminine. They're really getting the message that you are a giver, but you don't expect in return. And they're starting to understand that while you've been giving, they maybe haven't been as generous. They've been withholding. And I do feel that they're experiencing a little bit of, not shame about it, but a little bit of secret awareness. They're coming to it that you have always been so giving and free, and they haven't been in that safety. There is a desire to balance it out. And I'm hearing for some, they're trusting that you don't have an ulterior motive, that the giving that you've been doing as a generous, beautiful, compassionate soul has not been with an ulterior motive. You know, in karmic situations, giving can sometimes be a trick, and masculines have been lured in by tricks like that in the past, and so they've been cautious with you, feminine, is what I'm hearing. And they're understanding the difference now between your generosity, because you've never really asked for anything in return. Wow, beautiful. What are the masculines feeling on the heart space? Ooh, justice regarding home situations. So this is finalizing divorces. This is being curious about where you're at with that process, feminines. Happy, healthy home in the reverse. This is my card of autonomy as well. In the reverse, it means not quite single, not quite free yet. Justice is legal matters, freedom. So there could be legal matters or financial matters, being coins, that the masculines are still needing to sort. This could be literally drawing the line in the sand with their own karmic partners, cutting off financial aid. Wow, that's a huge message. I'm hearing masculines are cutting off financial over contribution to karmic situations, and realizing that when they stop giving into karmic situations, there's enough to offer you fair and reciprocal exchange for how generously you give into this connection, feminines. They are seeing that they have been giving to the wrong individuals, and they would love to be giving to you. This is on the heart space. There is, again, I want to say there's no guilt and shame. It's just this awakening, this aha moment that they have been feeling like they don't have enough to offer you, because they've been over extending into situations that there is not actually a legal reason to be doing that. They've thought it was the best, but it may not now make sense anymore. Oh, the scales of justice, that can be karmic justice as well. And you know, when we learn the lesson that clears up the misconception, we no longer have to inappropriately overcompensate for something. I'm hearing insecurity, self-worthiness, trying to prove our worth, trying to prove our, well, masculinity in this case with the masculines, trying to prove the good man, the good provider, all of those energies. Okay, what are the masculines wishing for the connection? Ooh, they're wishing to change the grief into gladness is what I'm hearing. Sadness into gladness. They're really wishing to not fall back into depression regarding the balancing act, the juggling of the energies. They're starting to see a potential road forward where things can build in the physical now. This is the Two of Coins. So for some, you may have already gotten an offer, and I do see it in the comments below when twins are coming into reunion and beginning stages of union where conversations are starting. So now this is the beginning to incorporate and compromise, I'm feeling, especially with the opening messages of collaboration and vulnerability. This is admitting the sadness in times of separation. This is admitting that it hasn't been all joyful in this becoming, that it has been difficult, that there has been emotionality for the masculines. They're wishing to be transparent about this, that they have longed for you. They have been saddened in times of distance. Some of them may be in that right now where they're trying to clean up karmic situations. They're trying to finalize these last remaining obligations and come back into their own control of what they do with their time and resources and energy. And some of them are flat out exhausted. It's not only draining financially and with energy, but emotionally, to see all of that and process it and see the connection between the material realm financial choices and the energetic emotional drivers under the surface. So the masculines are really deeply processing. Some of them are in a funk, but they want to get out of that funk. They're seeing the way to getting out of the funk. What is the action that masculines are taking? Oh, Four of Wands and Seven of Wands both came out in the reverse, so I'm going to flip them. So yep, the masculines are bravely wanting to fight for this connection. They're wanting to establish this connection. They're wanting to go forward in some new way, and they are doing the work behind the scenes. This again is those friend groups we mentioned in the first bit that was talking about being innovators and influencers rather than being people pleasers who are worried about what others would think about what? Union, foundation with divine feminine, foundation in this, I'm hearing public relationship, doing the groundwork so that this relationship can go public or be common knowledge, that it doesn't have to be a secret. Yeah, they don't want to secretly give or have to save face, give in to karmic situations while secretly having the interest in this. They're putting in the work, or will be shortly, with what's needed in order to go towards union. What is the biggest challenge? Ooh, Devil energies and Eight of Swords. Wow, churning those over because they both came out in the reverse. So this is fear being trapped in the mind. So they're freeing their mind from the devil illusions. But, you know, just as we get ready for these massive growth spurts, there is this huge gripping temptation to fall back into these incredibly entrapping energies. The more creative, the more intelligent, the more innovative, the more risk we run getting bogged down into these things, because we care so much, we want it to be perfected. So the devil's in the details. This really is overthinking, but it's acknowledging that there's a lot of mind tricks, second guessing, overthinking, back and forth, game playing, karmic guarding, hypervigilance, skepticism, ulterior motive worries, all kinds of things. The masculines are really faced with seeing that you manifest what you believe. You get that back to you so that you can work on that. If you have been in this jaded, skeptical, pessimistic energy, masculines, you're going to get situations in your reality that allow for you to find success working on these puzzles. So masculine's biggest challenge is really looking at how their own mindset has created karmic strongholds in their life. What is the divine solution? Nine of Cups and transformation, going for what you wish, not being a pessimist, not being a naysayer, masculine, not being a skeptic, not warning yourself and being cautious, overly cautious. No, it's going for the transformed, the higher version, the timelines you want to manifest, wish fulfillment, second chances, rebirth, overcoming, seeing things from the 5D, not the 3D. This is overcoming the world, thought repatterning, manifestation in the highest, regarding living your life on your terms. What do you really want? If you were not in fear at all, if you transformed your fear and spun it to the light, what would you wish if you could wish anything? That's the spirit advice, masculines. Where's the connection going in the near future? Wow, the Justice and the Hermit. I'm going to turn those in the upright because they both came out. So this is the second time we got Justice. We got Justice on the heart space with becoming single, being fully autonomous, financially free, being able to navigate without having to run energy through another person. And the connection is really hermit mode, manifesting research. There's the laptop there. So doing some research on further justice. I'm hearing prenuptials. I'm hearing really understanding the connection between emotions and finances, and how to maintain a sovereignty and autonomy there. So finances are a really tricky one. It looks like masculines are having trouble unhooking from karmic situations because of the way they are energetically assessing things, not being conscious enough about how finances reflect on that. And so for both twins, there is a growing understanding of what 3D justice is, what is fairness, what is appropriate and autonomous for each individual to bring to relationship. Unhooking from karmic situations is a huge eye-opener with where those boundaries are blurred, where there are trespasses, unequal sharing of energy. And so there is some research being done, which means simply that twins are allowing these things to sink in and they're making better choices for the future stability. Okay, let's pull Starseed. So what is it we can see for the divine feminines watching? Thank you, Divine Creator. One message for Divine Feminines. Temple of the Moon Goddess. Emotional transparency, nurturance, and grace. I'm going to bring it back to the vulnerability. So, Feminines, you are a specialist in emotional transparency. You wear your heart on your sleeve, and now it's time to hold space for your masculines and to continue to express your truth with an increase of vulnerability, meaning no fear, no disclaimers, no pre-warnings of all of that. Just being you, knowing that you're lovable, knowing you don't have to pretend, you don't have to wear a mask, you don't have to sugarcoat. You can just be you. That is appreciated, feminines. And you know, we're coming into safety where the masculines can hold space for that, because they're no longer being triggered the same way, because they're not in hypocritical energy anymore. They're not giving to karmic situations the same way. Justice is coming in. True autonomy and balance is being established. People are not taking things as personally anymore. And so your sharing, feminines, is not going to be an issue because it won't trigger the same way. And for the masculines, Temple of Suspended Endings, standstill, suspended animations, and holding space. Ooh, and I'm being shown Blue Star of Hope, ascension, surrender, and purification. So there is a pause right now for ascended and more hope-filled interpretations of the journey, of what's going on in your dynamic. And I'm very much feeling the masculines understanding the plight of the feminines on a deeper level. The feminines are being seen for the masters they are. Ooh. Wow, isn't that an amazing energy? So divine masculines are, I'm hearing, finally recognizing just what an incredible next level creature their feminine is. Because they're starting to really see the choices, the nuance, the energetic compatibility. Masculines are opening their own high heart chakra and now recognizing more deeply the feminine. I'm just going to leave this beautiful picture one more time. Harmonic flight. Look at that caduceus image of the twins there. So yes, many blessings, beautiful people. Bye for now.